Hi, guys, welcome back. My name is Matthew, and you are locked into a journey of transformation.
Eyes, then you know that you can have transformation.
Hi, once again, my name is Matthew. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. And this channel is about my own journey, my own transformation. And if anything on my journey or anything about my journey can inspire, encourage you guys on your own journey, well, that is what this channel is for. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and if you like it, give me a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. Now, today I want to delve into a deeply personal topic which profoundly shaped my life. And that topic is moving from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. Now, this topic holds a lot of significance to me. As a child, I lived with a lot of scarcity and way into my adult years as well. I can remember my childhood, the struggles that we had. And to me, it seemed like every struggle that my family had was based around the lack of money. Everything was based around the lack of money. Whether it was nowhere to live, lack of money. No money to buy food, no money to pay the rent, no money to buy clothes, whatever it was, no electricity. We couldn't afford a fridge, TV. We had none of that stuff. We had no electricity for quite a while. So a lot of that was based on money. There was just not enough. And for a young child like myself, I formed the belief that there was never enough and there never will be enough. Because as we know, the formative years between ages of 1 to 7, that's the formative years. That's when your subconscious starts to believe this is what the world is. This is not what the world is. And you begin to shape your ideas into teenage life, and you begin to live based on the feelings and the emotions and the beliefs that you shaped in that 1 to 7 years. That's where I was. I would experience things like going to school, hearing your friends talk about shows they saw the previous night, $6 Million Man, Spider-Man, whatever. And because we had no television, I couldn't partake in any of these things, or having to get home early to make sure and do all my homework because we had no electricity. So we had to use the lamp, these gas or oil lamps before the sun goes down, and things like that. Not having a refrigerator, using an ice box, and sometimes you put meat in the ice box and they would still, by the time you're ready to cook them, they spoiled because there was no electricity. So things like that left a real scarcity impression. Seeing my mom cry, or seeing and hearing my mom cry certain times when she had no money at 6 years old, it leaves a real impression. So these are some of the things that I had to fight with into my adult life to change the thinking, because it really left an impression that there was never enough. There was not enough money for us because we never really had enough. So just giving you an idea of where I came from, why I created why these thoughts became part of my belief. Now, I didn't know it then, but my limited beliefs were being formed for my future. And I began to live out these limiting beliefs into my teenage years and even into my adulthood. You begin to live these beliefs because your subconscious locks them in. You see, children are not aware of what is right and what is wrong at that time. Between 1 to 7, we just take in everything like a sponge. Whatever you see, it becomes your reality, and it becomes the reality. This is what life is for you. This is what life is. So that happened to me. And it just grew from there. Now I don't blame anyone because my mom, she struggled. She struggled with 4 kids on her own, and she did not know better. She did not know any better to help us to, to, to make life any different for us. In fact, she cried on many occasions. I saw my mom crying. I heard her crying, because I knew she didn't like how we were living, but there was nothing she felt she could have done. Nothing she felt she could have done. So I have nothing but love, you know, nothing but love for my mom and what she done, what she did. I guess my mom was grappling with her own issues, her own trauma, her own issues, and she did not know how to make things better for us. And I learned that as I grew up. As got older, I realized that she did the best she could. But these were my formative years. So, later on into my adult life, my early adult life, I had a wife and a son at that time, and it seemed like the struggles, the financial struggles, they just upgraded into adulthood. Same troubles, no money, struggling. I actually remember one time when my son, he's 33 years old now. Yeah, when he was a little kid, and he was a baby. Sorry, in the UK we get these milk tokens for the kids between a certain age when they were born to these free milk tokens, so you can take it to the shops and get milk for them. And I remember the milk token expired by one day, and we had no money. My wife and I had no money to buy milk for my son. And we went to the grocery, and I'm speaking to. I actually speak to the manager. I mean, I try to get some milk, and the person said to me, "Well, the milk token is expired." I said, "But just one day." I said, "We have no money to buy milk." I said, "Call the manager," and they called the manager, and the manager came, took one look. He said, "No, I'm sorry, it's expired." I said, "No, but listen, my son needs the milk," and he said, "I'm sorry, sir," and I mean, I'm not a violent person, but I just was so desperate. Grabbed the manager. These are my old time days, long time days. All right. Grab the manager. Listen, it's just one day. My wife said, well, she's my ex-wife now, but she was my wife then. And she said, Matthew, you put him down. And I'm saying, but he needs the milk. I'm sorry. I just remember them days. And yeah, that was some tough days. Some milk for him was like £1.25. Now the token was like a £1.25 milk. And I didn't even have that to provide for my son this was my early 20s. So yeah, that's it left a mark in my life. That's what it did. I mean, I just shared that story with you guys because it's just to show where how sometimes you could be really scarcity mindset. There's different levels to everything. And sometimes you could be really in a bad way. And I think I really was in a bad way. So, but what you get to realize is it's all about the mindset. It is not that there is nothing out there for you, it's the stinking thinking. I realized that it's the way I thought. It's the way I thought and the things I believed, which was formed in my childhood. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Anyway. Now, what is a scarcity mindset? A scarcity or poverty mindset is characterized by a belief that there is never enough of what you desire or what you need, whether it be money, resources, opportunities, love, success, or anything else. Individuals with a scarcity mentality tend to focus on what they lack rather than what they have. And they often view the world through the lens of limitation and insufficiency. It's never enough. Now, some of the key features of a scarcity mindset includes like one, fear of lack. That's when you always live in survival mode because you're afraid there's never going to be enough. Two, comparison and competition. Scarcity mindset fosters a mindset of comparison and competition with others. Individuals may constantly compare themselves to others, feeling envious of those who appear to have more or what seems like having more. Three, hoarding and clinging to things. In an attempt to protect themselves from perceived scarcity, individuals with a scarcity mentality, they hoard stuff that is sometimes not even any value, but they try to hold on to. Four, lack of generosity. Scarcity mentality can lead to a reluctance to give, to share with others. Five, self-limiting beliefs. And this is what I spoke about earlier on. When you have self-limiting beliefs about yourself, about the world, you tend to have scarcity mentality. If you believe that's not enough, and that belief is embedded in your subconscious, you will have a scarcity mindset. Short-term thinking. Scarcity mentality tends to promote short-term thinking and impulsive decision making, as individuals focus on immediate gratification or survival rather than long-term planning. And seven, resistance to change. Individuals with a scarcity mentality, they resist change or innovation, fearing that it will disrupt their sense of security and stability. When I first got on this journey, read a lot of books, listened to a lot of those days it was like cassette tapes and stuff. And even CDs and stuff. Went to a few seminars, Anthony Robbins, a few other people, and read their books and stuff. Everyone said a similar thing, like abundance started from abundance. And I couldn't grasp that. What do you mean? I'm struggling. Can't pay my bills. I'm struggling. What you mean abundance started from abundance? I couldn't understand what they were saying. And I mean, even Oprah Winfrey, said a few things similar, and Deepak Chopra and these guys. I couldn't grasp what they were really trying to say because I was living the life of couldn't pay the bills and etc. But the more I read, the more I studied, the more seminars I went to, I began to realize what they really meant. That abundance was not a state of having. Abundance was a state of being. You had to be before you can have. And yet, to someone who struggles and lives in survival mode every month, trying to stay over their bills and stay over their whatever, that didn't really make sense. But the more I got into it, I began to realize it does make sense because everything starts from the inside out. All of us believe everything is outside. Oh, if we want something, we outside looking for it. It's an inside out thing, and abundance is the same thing. It starts on the inside, and you begin to resonate abundance, which attracts opportunities into your life. So that's it took me a while to begin to understand that, but I had to work and break down the beliefs, the negative beliefs, the lifestyles, the stories because I had a lot of stories supported my belief. A lot of stories that supported the negative beliefs. And that's the thing with your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is just saying, yes, you are right. Yes, you are right. If you think you're not worth anything, your subconscious don't try to tell you, no, Matthew, no, you're the man. Yo, you're the man. No, your subconscious said, yes, you are right. And it's your subconscious now brings events in your life to show you, yeah, you're right. You ain't worth, because that's how your subconscious works. He is trying to keep you alive. So your subconscious is saying, yes, you're right. But when you also say, I'm abundance, I'm abundant, sorry, I'm wealthy, I'm rich. But if you believe it from a conscious level, well, sorry, not believe, if you say it on a conscious level, it's not going to happen. When you say it and you believe it on a subconscious level, deep inside of you, then your subconscious says, yes, you are right. Here's the opportunities to prove that you are abundant. Here is whatever it is. Here is whatever it is. That's what it says. But until you get, and that's the tricky bit. The tricky bit is, how do you get there? You know what I'm saying? We know negative beliefs are here. You struggling with stuff, living in survival mode. That's fine. But here, the Matthew that's here has everything he wants and needs. Believe he's an abundant. Yeah, we know, but what we don't, what most of us don't know is, how do you get there? So I got a few tricks and tips just to help you guys to get the mindset right, to get out of the stinking thinking, to get you from scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. Okay? All right. Now, shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance is a transformative journey that involves cultivating a new perspective and adopting empowering beliefs and habits. Here are 3 steps to help you make that shift. 1, start practicing an abundance mentality. Practicing an abundance mentality after years of embracing scarcity requires a deliberate and consistent effort to rewire your thought patterns and your beliefs. You can begin by consciously shifting your mind from what you don't have to what you do have. Train yourself to notice what you do have as opposed to what you don't have. The relationships, the opportunities in your life, the people, the friends, whatever it is, you will find things to be thankful and grateful for. And you will realize how many things that you do have in your life and things that you're not lacking, as opposed to the things that you may think is lacking in your life. Now, I started doing an exercise about a few years ago, and it's really good to get you thinking differently. Every morning, I would write 20 things that I'm grateful for. You know, simple as, I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for a warm bed. I'm grateful for the food that I eat. I'm grateful for the shoes that I wear. I'm grateful for the gift of sight. I'm grateful for my amazing singing voice. I do have one of those. And grateful for different things. Grateful for my vehicle, whatever it is. And the more you begin to be grateful for stuff, you begin to appreciate stuff. You begin to realize that your life is not lacking as you previously thought. Another thing I did previously when I had a real scarcity mindset was I would buy everything in the pound store. Well, for the Americans, dollar store, yeah. But yeah, the pound store. I'm in the UK, pound store, and everything, toilet paper, pound, whatever it is, pound, 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 and nothing is wrong with the pound store. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to, but there's some things that you shouldn't buy if it costs a pound because there's no value. There's not. you see, I don't want to upset no one, but that is no value. But the value won't be right. Yeah. And sometimes you need to say, okay, no longer going to be shopping at the pound store to get all this stuff. Let me step up and go to a different store and get something with just a bit more quality. That's what I'm saying. And the more you do that, you begin to feel better about yourself. Now, don't go and put yourself in debt and go and buy something that you cannot afford. No, I'm just saying gradually, where you used to buy £1 for 8 rolls of toilet paper that was plied like you could just blow it and it just dissolves. You step your game up. You buy a different, more expensive roll of toilet paper. Be more, something like that. But gradually, the more you do that, you begin to feel better about yourself and you stop seeing yourself as that particular kind of person. Right? And that's one of the things that I had to do. Number 2, and one of my favorites, challenge your limiting beliefs. I'm going to do an entire video on limiting beliefs. But this one, I'm just going to, that's going to give you a rough breakdown. But challenge your limiting beliefs. That is tremendously important because we have belief. For example, myself, as I said, my childhood journey was traumatic, financially traumatic, and I had certain beliefs of not enoughness, lack, and stuff. I'm telling you, sometimes back in the day, when I go to my bank app, I would be petrified to open my app to see what's in there. I'm sorry. Because what's in there was so scary. I'm sorry, forgive me. What used to be in there was so scary that I would be petrified. I press that button and all I gotta do is press one more for it to open. It's like, serious. That's how I used to be. Because the fear and the anxiety, because there ain't much in there. But that came from the trauma, right? So because you have a deep belief that there's never enough, and if your subconscious is saying there's never enough, your subconscious is now saying, how can I make sure that there's never enough for this man? How can I do it? Right, I'll do that. What else can I do? Do that. What else? And that's how we live it. On auto mode, auto drive, whatever it is. That's how we live it. So until we get down there and change the beliefs, all the beliefs that we have of why this is that, until we change that, we will be saying, what's going on, man? How come? How come? That's what I was saying. How is it I don't have any money in the end of the month? How come I ain't got one in the beginning of the month? But yeah, that's how I used to be. And you have to go and change those limiting beliefs. The beliefs that you adopted as a child or even in your teenage life, whatever, but you adopted these beliefs a long time ago and you believe that they are truly what life is. But I'm here to tell you now, that is not what life is. If you have anxiety about it, if you're getting nervous about it, if you're scared about it, it is not true. None of that is true. If you're anxiety, scared, nervous, it can't be true. It cannot be true. It's not true. There's some of us have beliefs for different things. Someone may have called you ugly as a child, and you took it as who you are. You thought about it. You thought about it a lot. Someone called you ugly. You thought about it so much that it became a belief. So now you grew up in life and you're afraid to approach people to say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? You're afraid because every time you go and try to say something, your subconscious say, hey, where you going? Where are you going? Remember what I told you? She gonna just tell you to off when you stop. Belief, negative belief. These things we have to get to them and reprogram them. When we reprogram them, then we can be free of these beliefs. So number 2, we have to challenge these limiting beliefs. And number 3, we have to cultivate courage. Courage is a fundamental catalyst in the journey of transitioning from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance. At its core, courage empowers individuals to confront their deepest fears and insecurities, which often underpin their beliefs and behaviors associated with scarcity. We have to have the courage to step out of the negative beliefs and to step into the freedom of the field of all possibilities. We have to have the courage. It's only courage that's going to take you from what's inside your comfort zone and push you to get out of your comfort zone into where all your goals, your dreams, everything you could ever dream of is out there. It takes courage. I know you're afraid, but don't be. Don't be. Because what's out there is the field of all possibilities. And the strange thing is, the one of the reasons that keeps us from not reacting with courage is that we're afraid of what others will say about us. But the real strange thing is, other people, most of the other people feel the same way. They too just looking at you, saying the same thing. They saying the same thing you're saying. You know, they're afraid to go for theirs. So we all now just, no. We have to go for ours. We have to have the courage to step out, regardless of what we believe other people will say about us. By summoning our courage, we challenge the limiting beliefs and venture into the unknown. Individuals can break free from the shackles of past conditioning and open themselves up to the vast possibilities that abundance has to offer. Courage emboldens individuals to take bold and decisive action, even in the face of uncertainty. Even when you're afraid, even when you think, well, this may not work, it just propels them towards a mindset characterized by optimism, and abundance. We have to be able to just push through. By cultivating courage, individuals not only expand their capacity to embrace risk and uncertainty, but also to develop a newfound sense of self-belief and empowerment. Now, true abundance goes beyond the accumulation of material wealth. It's a state of profound contentment, fulfillment, and richness in every aspect of life. It's about having an abundance of joy, love, passion, gratitude, and purpose. Abundance is not just about having more, but also about being more, cultivating qualities such as compassion, generosity, and kindness. In essence, true abundance is a mindset, a way of perceiving the world with gratitude and appreciation for the abundance that already exists. Now, it's about recognizing the abundance in simple pleasures, meaningful relationships, and personal growth. The true abundance is sustainable and enduring, rooted in a deep understanding that happiness and fulfillment comes from within, rather than from external possessions or circumstances. I've just returned from an amazing trip to Florida where I spent 10 unforgettable days with one of my dearest friends and his wife, both cherished friends of mine, for nearly 4 decades. Our time together filled with laughter, leaving us most of the times in tears. Truly, this is the essence of abundance. As we conclude this episode, I invite you to reflect on the power of shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset in your own life. Remember, abundance is not just about material wealth. It's about embracing the richness of experiences, relationships, and the opportunities that surround us every day. By cultivating gratitude, embracing possibility, and releasing limiting beliefs, we can unlock the full potential of our lives and create a future filled with abundance in every aspect. Thank you for joining me on this journey. And until next time, keep believing, keep striving, and always remember abundance is not who you want to become. Abundance is who you are. It's your birthright. You are abundant. You just need to realize, believe it, and live from that place. Thank you. My name is Matthew. Peace. And I'm out.